What's up, guys? There's no book coming to you with another episode of But Does It Spin? And today we're looking at one more Speedstorm Bay. This is what we got for today. Let me focus the camera a tiny bit. It is Vex Lucius. Now you guys might be thinking, why are we still looking at Speedstorm? But like I said, I don't have that many Speedstorm. It is a collection that I did skip before, so I'm just now getting into it. So we are still looking at quad drive stuff. You know, we're getting quad drive stuff slowly but surely. We will be getting all the quad drive stuff, but we will be taking a look at Speedstorm stuff once in a while as well. And this time around, it is Vex Lucius L6, and it is fantastic. It is a very interesting thing to see because in Takeratomi it was very different. I don't think it's focused. In Takeratomi, it was a Variant Lucifer, I believe was the name. And it was a bay with a lot of gimmicks. On the layer, you had a ton of gimmicks on the layer. You had gimmicks on the disc. And even on the driver, this bottom part was a different material, was a different plastic that had less friction with the arena. But as you can see here, it's not that. So they took out the gimmick on the driver. On the forged disc, it was the main gimmick that he had like a bunch of pink tongues, and and the moment you let it rip, while it was spinning fast, the tongues would come down, and it would make like a bunch of blades on there to hit the other blades with. It was like made of soft rubber and stuff, so that was pretty interesting. And like if you battle it enough and the tongues would fall off, it would be like it would make this jagged formation. So it would also be a great defense disc if you awakened it. And then the layer, of course, it also had some gimmicks. But over here you can see that there's no tongues here. It is just like a solid wall, and of course, as per usual, Hasbro style, they took out all the gimmicks on the layer. So on the Takeratomi, it was one of the Beyblades that had the most gimmicks, and over here you see they have no gimmick. So that will be kind of interesting to see. That said, because it doesn't have any of the tongues, I think it might actually be perform okay, because the Takeratomi one, even though he had a lot of gimmicks, the tongue stuff didn't really work out in practice, right? And since this one doesn't have it, maybe it will work out better. Who knows? We'll have to see. But I think that probably will. Wow, you can see here that defense is off the charts. It's 12 out of 10. Burst is 0. I don't know if that means it does not burst, or if that means you can breathe on it and it will burst. Who knows? But attack is 3, not that great, and that is understandable because it is very round, very defense oriented. Weight is okay. Agility is 2, so it doesn't move around too much. Is that 2 or 3? 2. 2, so it doesn't move around that much, which is understandable because it is a defense. And stamina is decently high. So, you know, I am pretty excited for this. I think it will perform okay if you compare it to other Speedstorm stuff, right? You guys do know that I already have Cursed Devilos and Brave Valtrek. So we'll put this guy to fight against those as well. But first, let's open this and see if it spins. And here we are with all the components out of the package. Of course, we do get the ripcord launcher in all starter packs. This is just like all the ripcord launchers. I keep saying that. They do perform very much the same. They're okay, not the best, but you know, they're pretty decent. And here we do have the Mobius driver in Speedstorm format. And here we have the Mobius driver in Speedstorm format. And you can see that the tip is not that white plastic that decreases friction. It is just a normal plastic from the rest of the driver. So it's probably not going to have that effect of not getting as much friction. But it is free spinning, you know. So I think it's going to be okay. Maybe not as good as the Takeratomi one, but probably probably still okay. We also do get the 2D forged disc. It is the wall, and it does add a bit of weight to the Beyblade, and that's great. That's great. It is great for defense, and this is great for stamina. So it does a decent pairing. And of course, the layer is Vex with the Lucius chip. The painting is a little lacking. They only painted the eyes and the flames. It would have been cool if they had painted the mask too a little bit so that you could see what you're looking at. As for the layer itself, it's very light. So I'm glad that this is here to add some weight to it. You can see that there's a lot of holes and it is pretty thin. So, it kind of makes me a little anxious that it might break if I battle with it too much. But otherwise, it does look fantastic. It is very, very well rounded. So, for defense types, fantastic. So let's put them together. And there you go. It's very cool looking, very pretty. The slopes they don't feel like the best, but definitely a lot better than Brave Valtryek from Speedstorm, which is one of the 2 Beyblades that we already had. So it's okay. We'll have to try. We'll test spin and then do some battles. So let's go. So here we are on our Speedstorm arena. Let's test spin with our ripcord launcher that came with it. Let it rip. It does go quickly to the center, which is fantastic for defense and stamina types. It does spin very well, like all Beyblades. But yeah, you can see that it is quite pretty to see. It's like there's like kind of like an eye in the center. I do like that quite a bit. But yeah, to be expected. Stamina is also a lot higher than the Brave Valtryek. The usual story. It does wobble a little at the end, which is interesting. He almost stopped standing, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so let's try to do some test battles. We'll first go against the Brave Valtryek. Let it rip. Let it rip. Valtryek did win. I did launch him slightly weird though, to the point where he did get some initial hits quite a bit. But let's keep going. Let it rip. Some more heavy hits from the start. That looked like a tie. Let it rip. These are really heavy hits. Oh, and Valtryek bursts. So Lucius wins. We usually do 2-point battles in our channel. So with the burst, Valtryek had 1 point, but then Lucius did burst Valtryek, so that is 2 points. So Lucius did win. Let's go against Curse Devilos now. Those were some really heavy hits in the start, but Lucius did go to the middle as fast as he could. And Lucius wins. So we will be spinning Lucius first now. 1-0 for Lucius. And Devils did win the second round, so 1-1. We'll spin Devils first again, and let's go. Let it rip. And Devils won again. I think Devils is heavier than Lucius is. I think Devlos, whenever they hit, Devlos isn't the one getting hit back. It is Lucius. So maybe that had something to do with it. But still, I think they're both pretty fantastic. I do like Devlos quite a bit. But Lucius did hold up his own. I do think I am loving the Speedstorm base. Except for Brave Valtryek, which is leaving a little to be desired. He does burst a lot. His stamina is really low. He's very light. So, you know, he does do some heavy hits, which is nice. But everything else, he does fall a little bit short compared to the other base. The other two Speedstorm bases that we have. So, testing these Beyblades here now, after all this time, it is kind of making me regret that I skipped out on the Speedstorm. These are fantastic. I did try to focus on Hypersphere and the ones that came before it, but Speedstorm has been fantastic. I feel like Speedstorm's battles are more like the single layer and double layer stuff, which yes, they are simpler that compared to Speedstorm stuff, but I think Hypersphere was more focused on the arenas. And that gimmick of going up and down and stuff, whereas this is more focused in pure battle, and I think that's fantastic. I am enjoying myself quite a bit with these, so we will be looking at these more often. But yeah, that's the video we had on Lucius, which I did like quite a bit. And yeah, take the conclusions you'd like. And please leave us a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to see more content like this. We are bringing many more Beyblades to this channel, and some spinning tops that are like Beyblades but not quite. So stay tuned, and until then, stay nerdy, guys.